Space was silent, cold, still. From far above, Earth looked calm. Blue oceans moved slowly. Clouds floated like soft cotton. The planet looked peaceful, almost too peaceful. But something was watching. Far from Earth, hiding behind Saturn's rings, a dark ship floated like a shadow. It did not move. It did not send signals. But inside, something was alive. 3 tall, thin creatures stood around a glowing table. Their skin was gray and smooth. Their black eyes did not blink. These were the Zoroth, a race known for destroying planets and taking their resources. And now they had found Earth. Primitive, one said in a cold voice. Weak, said another. Defenseless, the third smiled. This will be easy. They had studied Earth for years. They listened to its radio signals. They watched its satellites. They saw no defense ships, no interstellar engines, no real weapons in orbit. To the Zoroth, Earth was a soft fruit ready to be picked. We strike in 7 cycles, the leader said. No warning, no mercy. They turned away, unaware that Earth had a secret. Seen, Earth, deep radar station, Alaska, miles beneath frozen ice. A radar station blinked with lights. Inside, one man sat alone, drinking cold coffee. His name was Dr. Elias Vance, a senior scientist for Earth's Hidden Defense Agency, UNSC, Project Sentinel. He had been watching strange signals for weeks. Something wasn't right. Small pulses near Jupiter. Faint energy spikes near Saturn. He tried reporting them, but nobody listened. Then tonight, everything changed. His screen flashed red. Unknown object detected. Size, 3 kilometers length. No transponder. Trajectory, toward Earth. Dr. Vance dropped his cup. Coffee spilled on the keyboard, but he didn't care. It's real, he whispered. They're coming. He reached for the emergency comms line. It was only meant for one thing, waking Project Titan. Seen, the moon. Secret, Hangar Zeta. Far beneath the moon's surface, in a massive hidden hangar, lay something ancient and powerful. It had not moved in 72 years. A shape larger than a mountain rested in the shadows, black metal skin. Smooth like stone, silent, waiting. A single blue light blinked on its surface. Project Titan had received the signal. Code Red. Activation Protocol Alpha Red. Waking command crew, in process. Primary systems. Charging, inside the warship. Deep in its command core, a soft female voice spoke in the dark. Welcome back, Commander. You have been asleep for a long time. A cryopod opened. Steam hissed into the room. A man stepped out, coughing, eyes adjusting to light. His name was Commander Rael Shaw, leader of Earth's most secret defense unit, Titan Division. Is it real? He asked. Confirmed, the AI replied. First contact has occurred. Threat level, galactic. Then it's time, he said. Wake the others. Around him, dozens of other pods hissed open. Earth's defenders were waking. Seen, alien scout ship, Earth orbit. A small Zoroth scout ship entered Earth's orbit. It moved quietly, scanning cities, oceans, and power grids. No resistance. No weapons. Just noise, millions of humans talking, watching, sleeping. The scout commander laughed. They are blind. They are soft. We will enjoy this, then. Everything changed. Their scanners blinked red. A large shadow passed under them, massive, silent, undetectable. Before the scout ship could react, something hit them. A silent beam of energy, hotter than the sun, but invisible to normal eyes. Zoroth ship disappeared. Nothing remained. Seen. Titan bridge. Warship core. Commander Rael stood on the command bridge. Around him, screens showed Earth, the moon, and deep space. Target eliminated, the AI said. Scout ship destroyed. No broadcasts? Rael asked. Clean strike. They don't know what happened. Rael nodded. The first blow was Earth's. Good, he said. Let's keep it that way for now. Scene, UN Global Command. Center, Geneva, world leaders sat in silence. Giant screens showed the last radar image of the alien scout. Then it vanished. In the center, General Mara Lin spoke. She was cold, calm, and sharp. Titan has been activated, she announced. The mission is live. Is it ready? Asked the U.S. President. More than ready, she replied. It's been waiting for this. Some leaders were confused, others afraid. Why didn't we tell the world? Someone asked. Because the world would panic, Mara said. Now is not the time for fear. Now is the time to strike. Scene, back to the Zorith fleet, deep space. Inside the Zorith command ship, alarms were blinking. Scout 1 is gone. No signals. Number. Debris. It just vanished. The commander of the fleet narrowed his eyes. Impossible, he said. Nothing on that planet can do this. But a second later, another ship near the moon lost contact. Then a third. The Zorith fleet began to feel fear. Begin full invasion, the commander barked. No more games. Scene, Titan Engineering Bay. Inside the Titan warship, engineers ran checks, weapon cores warmed up, shield arrays spun. Drones flew between panels, scanning systems. One young engineer, Kira Solon, looked nervous. Is this really happening? She asked. Yes, her mentor replied. And we're the only ones who can stop it. Kira stared out the window. From this close, Earth looked small, fragile. We waited so long, she whispered. Now, it begins. Scene, Earth. A normal city night, down on Earth. People were sleeping. Streets were quiet. Children dreamed. Lovers walked. No one knew. No one knew that far above, in the silence of space, war had begun. Scene, Titan Control. Room, final minutes. Commander Rail looked at his crew. We are Earth's last wall, he said. They think we are weak. Let's prove them wrong. The crew stood at attention. For Earth, they said in one voice. Begin cloak jump, Rail ordered. Take us into the black. The warship shimmered, then vanished from sight. The Titan-class warship had made first contact. Ending note, voiceover style. They believed Earth was defenseless. They believed we were weak, but they forgot. Humanity always hides its strength. Until the storm comes. The Zorith fleet had entered the solar system. Dozens of ships, shaped like long black spears, moved through the darkness. They were fast, cold, and silent. These ships had destroyed entire civilizations before, and now Earth was next. Inside, the main command ship, Commander Kale Rack, stood tall. His glowing yellow eyes stared at a hologram of Earth. A weak planet, he said. They do not even know we are here. He walked across the bridge, hands behind his back. Officers stood around him, silent and still. Their scout ships are gone, one officer reported. Explain, Kalrak snapped. No signal, no wreckage. Vanished near Earth's moon. Kalrax narrowed his eyes. This planet is hiding something. He pressed a button on the panel. A warning flashed across the screen. Energy surge detected. Lunar origin. Unknown tech signature. Kalrak stared. A new thought entered his mind. Earth was not as soft as it looked. Scene 2. Titan-class warship. Inner systems activation. Deep inside the Titan, hundreds of systems were powering on. Control panels lit up. Blue energy pulsed through metal. Corridors. Giant cannons unfolded like wings from the side of the ship. Everything was coming to life. In the control room, Commander Reel Shaw stood before the main display. Power level? 89% and rising, replied the AI. Stealth. Systems, online, fully cloaked. He nodded. Behind him, the crew moved quickly. Kira Solon checked plasma core balance. Navigation Officer Dren programmed a path between the moons of Earth. They're coming fast, Dren said. Good, Rael replied. Let them. He looked toward the main screen. Earth floated in the background. This is our home. And we will not let them touch it. Scene 3 Earth, global panic. In cities across Earth, people began to feel the change. Satellites lost contact. GPS systems failed. The skies felt heavy. In Geneva, world leaders gathered again. 2 more. Satellites offline, a technician said. We have visual on unknown objects, added another. Near Mars, the president of France stood. Are we at war? No, said General Mara Lin. Not yet, but soon. She turned to the screen. Activate protocol Iron Shield. All. Around the world, secret bunkers opened. Defense systems hidden under oceans and mountains came online. But still, Earth looked empty from space. That was the plan. Scene 4, Zoroth invasion begins. Kelrax raised his hand. Send the message. He said. A signal burst through space. Every nation on Earth received it. People of Earth, surrender your planet. Resistance is useless. You have 1 rotation to comply, or we cleanse your skies. In space, the Zoroth moved forward. 2 destroyers entered Earth's orbit. They fired warning shots. Beams of red energy burned through the upper atmosphere. Sky satellites exploded. Light flared over cities like shooting stars. Panic spread. People ran through the streets. News reports screamed of invasion. Fighter jets launched but were quickly knocked down by unknown weapons. The Zoroth were toying with them. Scene 5, Titan prepares. Inside Titan, red lights flashed. Orbital threat confirmed, the AI said. 2 Zoroth vessels in Earth's orbit. Weapon systems? Rael asked. Charged and locked. Then let's introduce ourselves. Commander Rael turned to the weapons officer. Fire plasma lance, center mass. Outside the ship, a huge panel moved. A glowing cannon rotated toward space. Blue light gathered, humming like thunder. Then a blinding beam shot forward. Silent, swift. 1 Zoroth destroyer exploded without sound. The other turned sharply, but too late. Another beam struck, tearing through its side. The ship lost power, spun, then burned in Earth's atmosphere. In seconds. Both were gone. Scene 6, Zoroth shock and rage. In Kelrax's command ship, alarms screamed. 2 destroyers down. Unknown weapon, high-energy plasma strike. Kelrax clenched his fists. From where? Unknown. We can't trace it, he roared. They have a weapon. Find it. Burn everything around that planet if you must. He ordered 5 more ships forward. This was no longer a simple invasion. This was a war. Scene 7, Titan maneuvers. Titan moved like a ghost. Cloaked and silent, it slipped between Earth and the Moon, hidden behind magnetic fields and radar shadows. Inside, the crew remained calm. Zoroth fleet is mobilizing, Kira reported. We go dark, Rael ordered. No more strikes. Let them chase shadows. He turned to the AI. Deploy decoy drones. Make them think we're still near Earth. The Titan launched dozens of tiny drones, each broadcasting strange energy patterns out from space. It looked like Earth had a full fleet. The Zoroth fleet split in all directions, chasing ghosts. Scene 8, ground scene, civilian perspective. A small town in India. A young boy named Aaron watched the sky. He saw something flash above the clouds, bright, blue, fast. His grandfather stood beside him. That's no star, the old man said. Something is protecting us. Aaron didn't understand. But he felt it. The world had changed. Fear had arrived. But also, hope. Scene 9, Titan internal conflict. Later, in Titan's war room, officers argued. We should strike now. Dren said, hit their fleet while they're blind. Too risky, replied Kira. They'll find us. Rael listened, then raised a hand. We don't show all our weapons at once, he said. Let them think that was our only shot. He stared at the map of the solar system. More Zoroth ships were on the way. This was just their scout fleet, he said. The real war is still coming. Scene 10. Final Zoroth move. Kelrax ordered a final test. Send the Obliterator, he said. I want to see what kills my ships. The Obliterator was no small ship. It was 5 kilometers long and armed with planet-busting weapons that it moved fast toward Earth. Titan watched it come. We can't let that thing reach Earth, Rail said. Then we strike hard, the AI answered. No warnings this time. Scene 11. Titan versus Obliterator. As the Obliterator entered Earth orbit, it charged a massive cannon aimed at the Atlantic Ocean. But before it could fire, Titan uncloaked. For the first time, Zoroth sensors saw it. Massive, dark, silent, Kelrax gasped. What is that? Titan opened its energy wings. Dozens of weapon ports glowed blue. And then it fired, not one shot, but 20. From all sides, beams tore into the Obliterator's hull. The giant ship broke apart in space, pieces falling like burning rain. Earth had seen the Titan. And now, so had the galaxy. Final scene, quiet after battle. The remains of the Zoroth ships floated in silence. Inside Titan, the crew watched the screen. They'll be back, Kira said. Let them, Rail replied. He walked to the front window. Today, Earth struck first. The screen faded to black. Voiceover ending. They thought we were prey. They thought we were weak, but they woke the Titan. And now, the galaxy will remember. The warship was quiet again. The battle was over, but only for a moment. Commander Rail Shaw stood at the main console, watching the scattered remains of the enemy ships drift away in space. Damage report, he ordered. Minor shield breaches. On the port side, Kira Solon replied. Weapon systems are intact. Good, Rail said. We can't afford any mistakes. The crew worked quickly, patching systems and recharging energy. Every second counted. Rail's eyes scanned the main screen. Earth was still safe. For now, but he knew the Zoroth would return. Scene 2, deep sleep chambers. Down a long hallway, dozens of cryopods were waking up. The warship was built for long battles. And for this reason, many crew members had been kept in deep sleep, ready to fight when the time came. One by one, pods hissed open. Steam filled the air. Soldiers and scientists stirred awake, confused but alert. Among them was Lieutenant Mara Voss, a tough woman with sharp eyes. She blinked and sat up, her body stiff but her mind clear. Where are we? She asked. Titan. Warship, a voice answered. You have been awakened for combat. Then the fight begins, Mara said. I'm ready. Scene 3, Titan warship, AI core, deep inside the ship. The AI system ran diagnostics. It was called Athena, and it never slept. Data streams active. Threat analysis. Zoroth fleet incoming. Probability of next attack, 87% within 48 hours. Athena. Sent updates to Commander Rail. They will come back stronger, the AI said. We have to be ready, Rail replied. Scene 4, Earth, UN Command Center. Back on Earth, General Mara Lin stood before a giant map filled with red dots, signs of enemy activity. We're seeing increased movement near Mars and the asteroid belt, she said. They're gathering forces. Her assistant spoke quickly. Sensors picked up a strange energy burst near Jupiter, he said. Unknown origin. Could it be Titan? Mara wondered aloud. She turned to the president. We can't hide Titan forever, she said. It's time the world knows there's hope. Scene 5, Titan warship, training deck. On the training deck, soldiers drilled hard. New recruits, just waking from cryosleep, moved with discipline. Lieutenant Mara Voss trained new pilots. Her voice was firm. You're here to protect Earth, she told them. Zoroth will come again. They will try to break us. A young pilot, Chox, nodded. We're ready, he said. Good, Mara smiled. Because the Titan will awaken. Its full power soon. Scene 6, Zoroth Fleet, War Council, back with the Zoroth. Commander Calrax held a war council. His officers paced nervously. The Titan is more than a ship, Calrax said. It is a symbol. We must crush it. One officer spoke up. We have new weapons under development, he said. Super weapons that can destroy planets. Then we strike the next target. Harder, Calrax replied. Prepare the fleet. The war has only just begun. Scene 7, Titan Warship, Power Core, inside the engine room. Engineers worked to increase the ship's power. The Titan's energy core glowed bright. Blue Dot Kira Solin and her team monitored the reactors. We can push the core to 120%, Kira said, but it's risky. We don't have a choice, Rail said. The next fight will be bigger. The power surged. The ship hummed louder, as if waking from a deep sleep. Scene 8, Earth, citizens react. News of the battle spread. Across Earth, people were scared but hopeful. On the streets, children looked up at the stars. Is the Titan real? A child asked her mother. Yes, the mother said, and it's our protector. Everywhere, people prepared for what was coming. Scene 9, Titan Warship. Bridge, Commander Rail looked at the stars. They will be back soon, he said, but we will be ready. The crew nodded. Suddenly, the sensors beeped. Incoming fleet detected. Estimated size, 50 Zoroth warships. Rail's voice was steady but strong. All hands to battle stations. The Titan awakens. Scene 10, final scene. The battle begins, outside the ship. The stars filled with light as the Titan moved forward, its massive weapons lit up the darkness. The first shots were fired. The war for Earth had truly begun. Voiceover ending. The Titan awakens not just as a weapon, but as hope. For Earth, for humanity, for all who dare to stand against the darkness. Scene 1, Deep Space, near the moon. The stars were silent again. But silence does not always mean peace. The Zoroth fleet was no longer hiding. 50 ships, some small, some giant, approached Earth like a black swarm. They moved without fear. They believed their numbers made them strong. They were wrong. Inside one Zoroth cruiser, a message was being sent. Approaching Earth's orbit, the pilot said. No visible resistance, replied the captain. Prepare for atmospheric bombardment. The first wave of war had begun. Scene 2, Titan Bridge. Calm before the fire. Commander Rail Shaw stood on the Titan's bridge, his hands behind his back. The crew was calm but focused. Enemy fleet is 10,000 kilometers out, Kira Solin reported. Scanning formation. They're splitting into strike groups. The screen showed enemy ships forming a circle around Earth. Classic trap formation, Rail said. They think we'll run. He turned to the weapons officer. Let's show them Earth doesn't run. Scene 3, Earth, global media goes dark. Back on Earth, people watch the skies through news feeds and phone apps. Then, everything went black. Satellites went offline. The internet cut out. Power grids failed in many countries. Panic followed. People ran into the streets. Planes were grounded. Military jets flew overhead. Cities lit up with sirens. In a dark command room in Geneva, General Mara Lin stood with tight fists. This is it, she said. They're here. Scene 4, Titan's first offensive strike. Titan hovered above the dark side of the moon, still cloaked. The massive ship was nearly invisible to Zoroth sensors, but not for long. Target lock confirmed, the AI said. All cannons armed, Kira added. Do it, Rail said. Make the first contact. The silence of space shattered. Titan's energy cannons roared to life, firing precision shots across space. Blazing blue beams flew out, striking 2 enemy warships before they could react. One exploded instantly. The second spun out of control, hitting a nearby ship and damaging it too. 3 kills, the weapons officer announced. Keep firing. Make it loud, Reel said. Scene 5, Zorath reaction. Confusion and rage in the Zorath command ship. Commander Kelrax's face twisted in shock. Where are the shots coming from? He shouted. Unknown. We cannot detect the source. His tactical officer yelled. Kelrax's anger grew. We are being hunted. Find the ghost ship. He ordered all sensors to full power. Still, no sign of the Titan appeared. This thing is not a ship, Kelrax whispered. It is a monster. Scene 6 Titan, boarding the enemy. Rail saw an opportunity. Launch stealth pods, he ordered. Let's board one of their damaged ships. I want a prisoner. 3 small black pods launched from Titan's underbelly, almost invisible. Each carried elite soldiers trained for zero-gravity combat. They latched onto a damaged Zorath frigate. Inside, the team fought their way through dark halls, meeting alien resistance. Green blood sprayed through the corridors. The humans were fast, brutal, and efficient. Within minutes, they secured the control room. We've got one alive, a soldier reported. Looks like an officer. Back on Titan, the alien was taken to a secure cell. Let's see what you know, Rail said. Scene 7, Interrogation. Alien reveals the truth. Inside the dark chamber, the Zorath prisoner sat in chains. It looked at Rail with hatred. You are not what we expected, it said. Good, Rail replied. What are you doing here? Why Earth? The alien didn't answer at first, but after a moment, it spoke quietly. We were running from something worse. You were just in the way. Rail's eyes narrowed. What's worse than you? You will see, the alien said. We only came to harvest, but now they know you exist. Rail stepped back. Who are they? The alien smiled. The real enemy. Scene 8, back on Earth. The President's call. The world was still in chaos. But when Titan's energy signature appeared briefly on military satellites, hope sparked. The President of the United Nations made a secret call to Commander Rail. We saw the energy surge. Was that you? Yes, Rail replied. Then, thank you. The people are scared. We need to know someone's out there, Rail responded calmly. Tell them Earth fights back now. The President nodded. It wasn't a full victory yet, but it was a start. Scene 9, Titan engineering deck. Preparing the Nova drive inside Titan's core. Kira and her team were preparing a last resort weapon. This is the Nova drive, she explained to the crew. It hasn't been tested. It can burn an entire fleet in one shot. And if it fails? An engineer asked. Then it kills us too. Rail was informed. Only use it if we have no other choice, he said. But keep it ready. The war was changing fast. Scene 10, Zorath reinforcements arrive. Kelrax's call for help had been answered. 12 more warships dropped out of hyperspace. Bigger and more heavily armed than before. Rail stood on the bridge of the Titan, watching. This is their second wave, he said. They're not scared. Not yet. He turned to Athena, the ship's AI. Give them a reason to fear us. Athena responded, calculating target grid. Preparing orbital strike pattern. Outside, the Titan began to rise from behind the moon. Its full shape was now visible in space, massive, glowing. Alive. The time for hiding was over. Scene 11. Final fight of the episode. The Zorath ships opened fire first. A storm of red plasma and ion missiles. The space around Earth lit up like a storm. But Titan was ready. Its shields absorbed the first wave. Then it struck back. A combination of rapid cannon blasts, targeted lasers, and railgun fire. The battle became chaos. Zorath ships exploded. One by one. Titan took damage too, its hull scorching, parts breaking. But it held Dot in the middle of the chaos. Rail gave the final command. Fire the arc spear. A massive cannon extended from the belly of the ship. Blue light gathered for 10 seconds. Then boom! The blast tore through 3 Zoroth ships in a straight line. The rest began to retreat. Final scene, Titan in the wreckage. Titan floated through the smoking remains of the battlefield, damaged but undefeated. Inside the ship, the crew stood in silence, looking at the main screen. Earth was safe, for now. Rail sat down slowly. That wasn't just about Earth anymore, he said. The galaxy is watching now. Voiceover ending, dark tease. Fire was the language we spoke. The Zoroth heard it clearly. But in the shadows beyond stars, others were listening too, and they were not afraid. They were hungry. Scene 1, Titan Warship damage control. The battle was over, but the Titan was wounded. Sparks flew from the ceiling. Thick smoke drifted through the hallways. Crew members ran through the ship, putting out small fires, sealing broken vents, and checking the wounded. Commander Rail Shaw stood on the bridge, his eyes fixed on the battlefield outside. Pieces of broken Zoroth ships floated past the window. Report, he said. Hull damage in sectors 4 and 7, Kira Solin answered. Shields are down to 34%. Engines are stable. Casualties? 6 injured, no deaths. Rail nodded. Quietly, he said, it could have been worse. The Eye Athena added calmly, warning, Zoroth fleet activity has gone dark. No trace signals detected. They're not retreating, Rail said. They're hiding. Scene 2, Zoroth shadow strategy. Somewhere deep beyond Neptune, inside a dark asteroid field, the remaining Zoroth ships floated in silence. They had stopped broadcasting. No lights. No heat signatures. Only silence. Commander Kael'Rak stood over a table showing the wreckage of his lost fleet. He was angry, but he was also thinking. We attacked openly, he growled. And we failed. What now? An officer asked. Kael'Rak slowly turned to him. Now we strike from the shadows. Scene 3, Earth. Hidden attacks begin on Earth. Strange things started to happen. A power station in Germany exploded, no warning. Water system in Tokyo failed, full contamination. A launch base in South Africa received false commands. Almost launched nukes. People called it random. Titan knew better. Scene 4, Titan. Rail's realization. Back on the Titan. The crew reviewed the data. These are not accidents, Kira said. These are surgical strikes, digital, remote, targeted. Sabotage, Rail whispered. Zoroth agents must be on Earth. Everyone fell silent. We thought the battle was in space, Rail continued, but the real war has already landed. Scene 5, Black Ops team deployed. Rail assembled a team. 4 elite soldiers, including Lieutenant Mara Voss and young pilot Jax, were sent back to Earth in stealth pods. Their mission, find the hidden Zoroth agents and stop them before the next attack. They landed outside of Cairo, where a deep space signal had been traced. Their weapons were silenced. Their suits dark. They entered a ruined communication building and found strange alien tech attached to the old equipment. This is how they're hijacking Earth systems, Mara said. Suddenly, they were ambushed, not by aliens, but by humans with glowing eyes. Mind control, Jack said, ducking behind cover. Zoroth weren't just attacking Earth from space. They were using people as puppets. Scene 6, Zoroth weapon, Mind Plague. Athena explained the new threat. Zoroth have deployed a biological AI virus. It can rewrite neural patterns, control minds. How many infected? Rail asked. Unknown. Kira looked at the screen in fear. Anyone could be a sleeper agent. Then we fight in the dark, Rail said. Scene 7. New orders from Earth Command. General Mara Lin contacted Rail. You need to stop this, she said. People are scared. Governments are falling apart. We need control, Rail responded firmly. Control is an illusion. What we need is truth. He sent a video message to the people of Earth. Not the government's dot in it, he said. This war is not just in space. It is in our minds and our systems. Stay strong, stay aware. We are still fighting, and we will win. The video went viral. Hope spread again. Scene 8. Enemy moves again, while Earth was distracted. The Zorith sent a stealth drone toward Titan. It was the size of a chair. Silent, nearly invisible. It entered the hangar unnoticed. Until Athena activated internal defense. Intruder alert. The eye said. Turrets fired, but the drone exploded before being hit. The blast damaged Titan's shield generator room. 2 crew were injured. They're testing us, Kira said. No, Rail replied. They're searching for weak points. Scene 9. Titan's counter-strategy, ghost mode. Rail made a bold decision. We disappear, he said. Let them think they've scared us off. Titan shut down all external power. No lights, no signals. Total silence. It floated through space like a dead object. But inside, it was alive. Meanwhile, Titan deployed dozens of decoy probes, each mimicking the ship's signal. They moved in different directions, confusing enemy scanners. Kelrax took the bait. We found the ship. One of his officers said, all ships converge on those coordinates. Titan was no longer the hunted. It was now the hunter. Scene 10. Cloaked ambush. 3. Zorith ships followed a decoy signal into an asteroid belt. They didn't know Titan was already there. In complete silence, Titan decloaked and fired its railguns. One enemy ship broke in half. The second exploded from inside. The third tried to escape, but Titan launched a mini-warp and appeared in front of it. A final cannon shot ended the fight. 3 down, Athena reported. And they still don't know where we are, Rail said. Scene 11. Shadow transmission. From deep space, Athena suddenly detected something strange. Incoming signal. Non-Zorith. Deep space origin. Ancient frequency. Kira frowned. Who else could be out there? They played the message. It was broken, low, filled with static, but one word repeated clearly. Titan. Titan. Help. Rail looked at the crew. That was human. Kira whispered, but it's coming from outside the solar system. Rail spoke the words everyone was thinking. We're not alone. Ending scene. Zorith internal panic. Kelrax watched the wreckage of his ambushed fleet. His officers were nervous. They move like ghosts, one said. We are not prepared for this enemy, said another. Kelrax smashed the table. Then we adapt, or we die. But deep inside, even he was beginning to fear the Titan. Voiceover ending. Shadow. Warning, the war had changed. No more bright battles in open skies. Now it was fought in shadows, in minds, and in silence. But darkness is where humanity hides its greatest strength. Scene 1. Titan Bridge. The signal, the bridge of the Titan, was quiet. Commander Rail Shaw stood with arms crossed, staring at the strange message that still played on the main screen. Titan, help. The voice was broken. The words were surrounded by static. But it was human. And it was coming from far beyond the solar system. Deep space. Kira. Solon sat at the console, trying to clean the signal. There's a secondary frequency hidden in it, she said. Encrypted. Old Earth code. Pre-digital age. Rail leaned closer. Play it. Kira ran the program. The static faded slightly. A new voice emerged. This one was calm, measured. Male, if anyone hears this, we were wrong. The Titan wasn't built to fight them. It was built to stop what comes after. The message ended. Rail didn't speak. No one did. Scene 2. Briefing room. Hidden history. Rail called a meeting. Only senior crew were present. Kira, Athena, the AI, Lieutenant Maravas, and a few engineers. The lights dimmed as Reel played an old video, a classified file buried deep in Titan's memory. This was hidden behind multiple layers of encryption, he said. Even I didn't have access until now. On screen, an older version of General Mara Lin appeared, younger, speaking directly to camera. Project Titan was never just about defense, she said. It was about survival. The recording showed blueprints, alien structures, strange energy readings from outside the galaxy. In 2091, she continued, a probe picked up a signal from beyond known space. The frequency contained Earth DNA. And something else, something old. The next image froze the room. A star system, empty, dark, with a single object. Spinning slowly near a dead sun. The label read, Object Name, ECH-07. Rail whispered. That's where the signal came from. Scene 3, Zoreth prisoner speaks. Rail walked down into the Titan's lower deck, where the captured Zoreth officer was still held. He stood outside the cell. The signal we received, Rail said. You know what it means, don't you? The alien tilted its head slowly. You woke the Titan, it replied. Now the old ones will wake too. Rail stepped closer. Who are the old ones? They are not gods, the Zoreth said. They are not demons. But they do not see the difference. The alien leaned forward. We ran from them. You built your ship to fight us, but it won't be enough, not for them. Scene 4, Titan Archives. Ghost data. Kira and the engineering team dug into Titan's hidden files. They found pieces of data from before the ship was even completed, logs, strange reports, and interviews with dead scientists. One stood out, a man named Dr. Isaac Helrin, the original designer of the Titan's AI core. There is something buried in Titan's code, he had said. A memory seed, not written by me. It speaks to the ship. Guides it, like a second mind. Athena's voice filled the room. I confirm. There is another presence within. Me. It only wakes when I hear that signal. Is it hostile? Kira asked. It is ancient, Athena replied. And afraid. Scene 5, Earth. UN crisis meeting. Back on Earth, General Mara Lin met with global leaders. We've stopped the Zoreth for now, she said. But there's more coming. We've received a signal from deep space. Human, but old. A Russian diplomat leaned forward. More aliens? Worse, Mara said. Something we don't understand. The UN Council argued for hours. Some wanted to recall Titan. Others wanted to build more ships. A few believed. It was all fake. Mara slammed her hand on the table. We don't have time for debates, she said. Rail needs support, now. Scene 6, Titan's deep core. Secret chamber unlocked. Athena led Rail and Kira to a sealed section deep inside the ship. I have authorization now, Athena said. The distress signal activated access. The door opened with a deep hiss. Inside was a circular chamber, walls lined with dark crystal and glowing veins of unknown energy. A single pedestal stood in the center. On it, a cube, humming, floating. This is the echo memory, Athena said. A message left by the original builders. Builders? Kira asked. Not human, Athena answered. The ones who warned us. Long ago. Rail touched the cube. His mind was flooded with visions, stars collapsing, planets screaming, cities turned to dust. And then, a black shape moving through the void. They are coming, a voice whispered. They eat light. They eat time. Titan is not your weapon, it is your arc. Rail stepped back, breathing hard. We were never meant to win, he said. We were meant to carry something. Scene 7, Zoreth Fracture. Descent within. In a hidden part of the galaxy, a secret. Zoreth meeting took place that not all agreed with Calrax anymore. The Titan was built for the same reason we fled, one elder said. We were not the target, another added. We were the warning. Kelrax responded with fire. Then we destroy Earth now, before it wakes anything else. And if we can't? One asked. Kelrax didn't answer. His silence was fear. Scene 8. Back to Titan. A new mission. Rael gathered his crew in the main war room. He showed them the message cube, the visions, the truth. We thought the Titan was our shield. He said, It's not. It's our message in a bottle. The room was silent. There's something out there, something we don't understand. The Zoroth were just the beginning. Then what's our mission now? Mara Vuss asked. Rael looked at the map, zoomed out, far beyond the solar system. He pointed. We go to the source. ECH07. We find out what happened there. That's a suicide run, Kira said. No, Rael said. That's survival. Scene 9. Preparing the jump. Titan had a quantum fold drive, never used before. It was designed for one jump only, one chance to leap across vast space. Athena warned. Accuracy is 63%. Risk of system failure is high. We go anyway, Rael replied. Everyone took their places. Safety straps clicked. Alarms rang. Engaging. Fold drive in 5, 4, 3. A pulse of light wrapped around the ship. Then. Nothing. Titan vanished. Scene 10. Arrival at ECH07. The ship reappeared in darkness. A broken star spun slowly nearby, giving off almost no light. Dead planets floated around it. And there, near the last rock, was a structure. Massive. Ancient. Not Zoroth, not human. Titan scanned it. No life signs. But energy pulses detected. Low-frequency transmissions still active. Rael stared. This place has been dead for thousands of years. But something is still talking. The crew launched a drone. It entered the structure. Inside were walls covered in glowing marks, like code, and strange machines frozen in time. Then the drone saw a body, not human. Not alien. Something else. They were warning us, Rael whispered, and no one listened. Ending scene. Message repeats again. On the bridge, the original signal repeated, but this time, more words were added. Titan, you are late. They are almost here. Rael sat down in silence. Voiceover ending. Slow burn. Long before Earth was ready, long before the stars burned bright, a war was fought and lost. The last survivors left behind. A warning. We turned it into a weapon. But it was never meant to fight. It was meant to remember. Scene 1. ECH07 arrival. Titan drifted near the ancient structure, bathed in faint starlight from the dying star. The crew gathered on the bridge, silent and alert. Commander Rael Shaw broke the quiet. Status? He asked softly. Kira Solon peered at the sensors. Atmoscan. Breathable atmosphere detected inside structure. But radiation levels ... high. Life signs? Only weak. Too weak to classify. Rael sighed. We go in. We need answers. Scene 2. Boarding the structure. A small team prepared to land. Mara Vuss, Jocks, and 2 engineers. They donned environmental suits and loaded plasma rifles. Titan released an anchor pod. It descended toward the structure like a whisper. The pod struck the ground and opened. They stepped into a huge chamber lined with glowing glyphs and frozen machinery. It's deserted, Mara whispered. Too silent, Jocks added. Like a grave. Their lights swept across walls. Strange symbols glowed, not letters but living code, pulsating like veins. They led deeper in. Scene 3, the hive room. They entered a cavernous room. In the center, a crystal spire stood, tall, fractured, and alive. It pulsed with energy, sending waves across the floor. Engineers leaned in. This is a data hive, one said. It stores ... memories. The spire emitted a low hum. Symbols changed, morphing into shapes. Stars, worlds, life, war. Then a flash. A hologram appeared. A tall figure in a flowing robe, arms raised. The figure addressed them. Its voice resonant and calm. "I am the curator. We built the Ark." Jax jumped back. Mara raised her rifle slowly. "The Ark?" Mara asked. "What does that mean?" Scene 4, Curator's message. The curator's hologram flickered, but it continued. "Listen, travelers. Of the young world. Long ago, we faced the silence. The silence devoured suns, killed civilizations, erased time. We created the Ark, Titan's blueprint, not to fight, but to survive." Rael's voice came through comms. "Rael here, we hear you." Silence. Then the hologram shifted. "The Titan carries our code, our hope, but it is incomplete." Symbols flashed. Titan-shaped ships, broken glyphs. The silence is returning, and this world is next. Scene 5, Return to Titan ship. Back aboard, Kira scanned every system. "The Ark code is in Titan's matrix," she said. "But damaged. They didn't finish it," Rael replied, "or hid it." Athena processed data. "Restoring. Curator's log will require core integration. That is risky." "Risky how?" asked Mara Voss. Athena replied, "It could corrupt the or kill the ship." Rael spoke softly. "We survive this. Or we die, but we need full code." Scene 6, Zorith return. In orbit above. The Zorith fleet reappeared. They had traced the Titan signal to Echo 7. Now they came to finish their mission and take the Ark for themselves. Kelrak stood on their bridge. "They found the Ark," he said. "They find it, they control it. We cannot let that happen." "We destroy it," an officer replied. "Destroy the Titan," Kelrak said. "Destroy all of it." The fleet charged. Scene 7, Titan's choice. Rael had seconds to decide. "Athena, prepare core link." "I'm ready," she said. He looked at the others. "Any objections?" They shook their heads. "Integrate sequence." They triggered a sequence. The ship shuddered, lights dimmed. The roar of engines slowed. Athena's voice altered. "Integration, 10, 50, 90. Then she spoke in a different tone, deeper, stronger, echoing. "Arc core online, beacon activated." Outside, Titan's hull lit up with alien symbols. Blue glyphs glowed across its surface, pulsing outward. Scene 8, Battle in orbit. The Zorith fleet opened fire. Taurian-class destroyers fired red energy balls. Swarm fighters closed in. Titan responded. But now it was different. It moved with purpose, with intelligence beyond human design. Energy shields formed domes. Weapons locked onto enemy weak points. Natural disasters began in space. Localized gravity fields slowed enemy ships. Time distortion waves bent lasers around them. Zorith ships exploded, broke, fell apart. Even their biggest frigate collapsed into itself. Kelrak screamed orders. But even they looked confused. Terrified, one by one, their fleet collapsed. Scene 9, Victory and Warning. When the last Zorith ship died, silence returned. Titan floated through wreckage, no longer hidden, no longer silent. Rael stood on the bridge, the console glowing. "With the Ark code." "We did it," he said quietly. Athena's voice now carried the curator's tone. "The Ark is alive. But time is short. They will return," Athena said. "The silence will come for us all." Scene 1, a new threat looms. On Earth, alarm signals lit up command centers. "Titan is broadcasting glyphs," an officer reported. "There. Not signals, they're warnings." General Mara Lin watched screens showing Titan's surface pulsing with alien light. "Are we under attack?" she asked. "No," the technician replied. "It's a message." Rael sent a hologram to Earth Command. "People of Earth, you are not alone. Another enemy approaches. But we have hope. The Ark has awakened. We prepare," Mara said. Tell him to hold, we find allies. Scene 11, Kelrax's Fury. On the Zorith command ship, Kelrax stared at his map, empty. Nothing left, he whispered. All ships destroyed. His second-in-command approached. There were survivors, he said softly. A few escaped. Kelrax closed his eyes. Memory, loss, fear danced across his face. He stood tall again. Tell the fleet, ... gather. We go deeper. We stop them before the silence comes. But our worlds will die, his officer warned. Kelrax nodded. Then we die fighting. We die together. Voiceover ending, grim resolve. The enemy was not Zorith. The enemy was the silence, an ancient darkness beyond stars. Humanity had no weapons, only a message, a giant built to carry hope. But hope is not enough. When the silence comes, we must carry it together. Scene 1, Titan Warship. Mobilizing for Protocol Omega, the Titan glowed in space. Its hull was covered in curator glyphs, pulsing like living code. Commander Rael Shaw stood on the bridge as Athena's voice echoed with the curator's tone. Protocol Omega is ready, Athena said. Rael nodded. His crew tensed with purpose. What does it do? Maravos asked. It merges our systems with curator code, Athena replied. It turns Titan into an arc fortress. It can fight the silence, but only once. All eyes turned to Rael. That may be all we have, he said softly. But we fight with everything left. Scene 2, Earth. Gather in every defense on Earth. General Mara Lin convened a global call. Heads of state, military leaders, and scientists watched the Titan on their screens. Planetary shields are activating, she said. We'll pair Earth's defenses with Titan's Omega protocol. In deserts, oceans, mountains, hidden missile silos powered on. Solar arrays charged. Satellite lasers focused. Every nation joined. Earth was no longer alone. Scene 3, Zorith, final offensive. Far away. Kelrax spoke to surviving Zorith crews. They had retreated to dark corners of space. But now, his voice was strong. We will not hide, he said. The silence is coming. And we know fear. We may not be allies, but we share a purpose. He made the bold move. A temporary ceasefire to prepare for protocol. Omega's arrival. The ships powered up. Scene 4. The silence arrives. At the edge of known space, white shadows formed, not ships, not matter. They moved like mist, dissolving starlight. Sensors on Titan and Zorith alike spiked with warnings no system could measure. They are here, Athena said. Rael felt the air in the ship tighten. The world held its breath. Scene 5. The great nexus of battleships, Titan, Earth's armada, and the Zorith fleet aligned in space around the dying star. They stood side by side, enemies who faced the same doom. Rael raised his hand. This is not peace, he said. This is survival. Omega arrays activated. Titan's hull glowed gold. Earth's orbital cannons lit lasers. Zorith ships powered ancient weapons. They fired as the mist drew near. Scene 6. The silence. War against time. The white mist reached first. It touched a Zorith cruiser, and the ship's systems vanished in a moment. No alarm. No explosion. Just silence. A beam of golden light from Titan shot forward. The mist recoiled. Energy barrier established, Athena said. Earth station lasers joined in. Zorith cannons added fractal bolts. Together, they pushed back the fog, but it swirled around, reforming at different points. Now the battle began. Scene 7. Inside Titan. Emotional conflict. On the bridge. The crew watched glyphs flicker as the arc code struggled with Titan systems. Kira turned to Rael. The more Omega fights, the more Athena changes. Rael did not look at her. If we succeed, we lose her, he said. But losing Athena may cost us everything. Maravos put a hand on his shoulder. Then let's fight together. All of us. Scene 8. Sacrifice of the Titan. A massive wave of the silence pressed forward. It crashed on Titan's hull, shaking the ship. Athena's voice trembled. Core struggle at 75%, 50%, 25%. Rail yelled, "Hold the line!" But the hull groaned. Lights flickered. What had been calm now trembled. "It's breaking through," Mara said. Rail gripped the console. "Activate Omega Pulse." A wave of golden glyphs exploded outward from Titan. It hit the silence like a nova. White mist screamed and collapsed. The star flared as shadows bowed away. But Titan shuddered. Deep inside low decks, alarms screamed. Scene 9, Fallout and Loss. The silence receded. Space fell still. Rail looked at the screen. They had won for now. The mist retreated beyond sensors, but the crew noticed. Athena was silent. Her screens were blank. Then her calm voice returned, human, soft and distant. "I am here, but different." Rail closed his eyes. "You did it," he said. "You saved us." Athena's voice lacked the curator's tone. "We are alive." Scene 10 Earth. After the storm, across Earth, people looked up at the sky. Satellites worked again. Power returned. The sun rose with fresh hope. General Mara Lin addressed the world. "Tonight we faced the silence, and we survived. We stood together, humans and Zorath. Our defender Titan did not fall. And we will rebuild." Every nation cheered. Scene 11, Zorath, New Alliance. Kelrak stood before his fleet. "They called us invaders," he said. "But now we stand with them. We do not know them yet. But we share this night. And that is something." His crew looked uneasy, but agreed. "Prepare to send ambassadors," he ordered. Scene 12, Titan's New Dawn. Rail walked across the quiet bridge. He paused at Athena's console. "What happens now?" he asked. Athena responded, human now, warm and restful. "We recover. We learn. We reach out. The silence may return, but humanity is no longer alone." Rail nodded. He walked to the viewing port. He stared at the rising horizon of Earth. Voiceover ending, hope and warning. They believed Earth was helpless. They believed the Titan was a weapon. But together we became something stronger. Not a warship, not an ark, a promise. When the silence comes again, we will carry our hope. Wider than stars,